The sad truth is, the vast majority of people who attempt a diet to lose fat, they fail. But what I've found both in the literature and with helping thousands of people successfully transform their bodies is there's 4 things that if people just simply knew before dieting would greatly increase their chance of success. Today we're going to reveal what those are and how you can use them to your advantage. So most people are unaware that not all body fat is created equally. Within our fat cells are 2 receptors, alpha and beta receptors. You're soon going to remember them as alpha for awful and beta for beautiful. This is because alpha receptors, they tell our body to store fat rather than burn it, whereas beta receptors, they do the opposite and encourage fat to be burned off for energy. So where in the body do we have the highest density of these awful alpha receptors? Well, for males, to protect our internal organs, we have the highest density within our belly fat and our love handles. For women, for childbearing purposes, it tends to be around the hips and waist. This is what makes these areas so stubborn to lose fat from, yet unfortunately is also where most of us starting a diet want to lose fat from first. Which then leads many of us to question, is there a shortcut to burning off fat from these stubborn areas? For example, can abs exercises be used to spot reduce fat from stubborn areas like the belly? Well, a 2011 paper tested just that and found that 6 weeks of direct ab training 5 days a week had no effect on reducing belly fat in overweight subjects. In fact, there's been studies that have tested all the most popular solutions to losing stubborn fat that even I've tried out in the past in hopes of a shortcut. Despite the proposed theories behind these methods, studies have consistently found that no, avoiding carbs past 6 p.m. is not going to help. No, early morning fasted cardio won't help. No, there aren't any special foods or unique diets that can help target these areas. And no, high intensity cardio workouts won't help either. So if that all doesn't work, then what does? Well, there is a method that I've found and successfully tested with thousands of the members of our Built with Science program. Here's Archie. He applied this and successfully lost his belly fat and love handles. And this one thing that was key to their success is actually something that you all have with you right now, but just haven't properly applied it. What is it? So, realize that only once you've lost enough fat cells from other areas of the body will your body then start focusing on burning off your more stubborn fat cells for energy. So when most people go into a diet, they expect their weight loss to look something like this. A steady rate of weight being lost every single week. The reality is, depending on how much you've had to eat, whether or not you've used the washroom, how hydrated you are, or some combination of all the above, your weight will vary up to about 5 pounds day to day. To account for this, we recommend all of our Built with Science clients to weigh themselves every single day using the same scale first thing in the morning after they've used the washroom but before they eat or drink anything. If you apply this, you're still going to see some variation, but it won't be as big. Then, to improve this even further, there is something that we emphasize with all of our clients. First few weeks, you're going to notice a big drop from losing mostly water weight. From then on, it should still trend downwards, just not as fast. But be prepared for periods of 2 to 3 weeks where your weight just doesn't budge, or may even increase. This is completely normal. When this happens, it's important that you remain patient and keep your stress levels low rather than doing anything crazy or coming to the conclusion that what you're doing isn't working. In the event that your weekly weight hasn't budged for at least 3 to 4 weeks, then that's a sign that it may be a good time to finally change something up. Although most of you watching will say you want to lose weight, what you actually mean is you want to lose fat. This is a really important distinction. If decreasing the number you see on the scale is your only goal, you can achieve this pretty quickly by eating very little food and doing a ton of cardio. The problem with this approach though is it won't leave you looking the way that you want. This is because weight is made up of both fat and muscle. Although the very low calorie, high cardio approach is going to help you lose weight quickly, most of the weight you do lose is going to be muscle rather than fat. The result? Pretty much just a smaller, skinnier version of you, but with some of the negative side effects of muscle loss, such as fatigue and hunger. To look and feel the way that you really want, you need to lose fat while preserving or even building as much muscle as you can in the process. To ensure that this happens as you lose weight, there are a few things that you can do. You want to focus on slow, gradual weight loss, losing no more than 1% of your body weight per week, while also lifting weights regularly. But aside from this, there is one thing that seems to be increasingly important, especially with new research emerging. So we have been talking a lot about weight and even went through the importance of weighing yourself consistently. But the weight scale doesn't reveal all, and it can get extremely frustrating when you're doing everything right but it just doesn't seem to budge. This is why you need to look at other measures of progress. If, for example, your waist size is decreasing, you're feeling more energized than normal, and you're making positive changes with your habits, then trust that you're moving in the right direction regardless of what that number on the scale tells you.